The views and opinions on this show do not necessarily reflect the views of ESPN Tucson 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, or the Arizona Lotus Corporation.
Welcome to Spears and Ali on ESPN Tucson.
Justin Spears, I like that.
With Justin Spears and Ali Farhang on 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, ESPN Tucson. Brought to you by Tucson Federal Credit Union, the Volpe team at Nova Home Loans, and Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
I want to be entertaining, but I'm not stupid enough to compare myself to Ali.
Happy Friday. Welcome to Spears and Ali right here on ESPN Tucson. I'm your host, Justin Spears. Here's my good buddy, Ali Farhang. Our show is produced by the great Andrew Trujillo. If you want to be a part of the show, call in at 719-1490, 719-1490. Huge thank you to our great sponsors here on Spears and Ali, Tucson Federal Credit Union, the Volpe team and Nova Home Loans, and Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Happy Friday, gents.
Aloha.
Aloha. We made it to the end of the week. Our live listeners can't see, but I'm rocking a Hawaiian shirt.
You look great.
Blue with white flowers.
You look great, man.
Thank you, man.
I like it
Thank
when you kind of go out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
Trying to.
Right.
Trying to.
Good.
Like it's Friday. I got a meeting. Let me put on a collared shirt. Do something different for once. So
Yeah, I like it.
I'm feeling good on this Friday. Feeling really good. And we're going to have a fun show for you guys planned today. We got Matt Moreno joining us at 8:25. Matt Moreno is the West Coast recruiting guy for Rivals.com. And it's a busy month for Arizona football. The Wildcats are now at just over a dozen commits for 2026. And they could be adding one next week at this time, next Friday. Four-star quarterback Oscar Rios will be making his announcement, and he is choosing between Arizona and UCLA, and kind of a good sign for Arizona. Oscar Rios, he was at the Elite 11 quarterback camp, which has the top 11 quarterbacks at the high school level, so he's a pretty damn good quarterback out of Downey High School in Southern California, and at the Elite 11 camp, he was wearing an Arizona towel and had some Arizona gear on. So
That's good.
maybe
That's
that bodes well for Arizona. And
I think
his
it really
decision
bodes
next
well
week.
for Arizona that as we're speaking of Mr. Rios choosing between Arizona and UCLA, you're wearing UCLA colors. So I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm actually feeling really good about it.
The kiss of death.
I was going to say, at this point, the kiss of death is kind of legendary.
It is.
Because I think you called OKC yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, I was all in on OKC.
Yeah. And I gave everybody Wednesday. I made up for our loss from the last Friday.
Uh-huh.
And I said, McConnell over 10.5 points, book it. And I have to say this. So my guy, V. Tony, actually texted me. He goes, what do you got for tonight? And I'm like, all right, I'll answer him. McConnell over 10.5. And he's like, cool. And then he did an 11 leg parlay.
Jesus.
It did not win.
11 or 9?
McConnell
I don't know
10.5.
why. This is something, but it was. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. If you win this, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna bet my $100 on McConnell going over 10.5, and that's my bet.
Jeez, it's a hell of a parlay.
I also bet under on SGA going under 33.5, and that worked out well too. We'll talk about my weekend winner later in the show.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be a very defensive Game 7. I mean, you put in the nerves and the pressure of it's one game. This is one game. Your season is awesome or a complete failure.
Yep.
And I don't care who you are. 99% of human beings, that's going to have some effect on you. So I think the defense is going to be ratcheted up, and I think guys will be a little bit kind of nervous on the offensive end. I think I'm looking at everything under in this game.
But man, last night's Game 6 was awesome. And of course, when I was like, Thunder minus 6.5 all day long, they're going to close out this series. I was under the impression that Tyrese Halliburton's leg or his calf injury was going to really hinder him from performing well. And I mean, maybe he could give it a go. Maybe they just say, all right, TJ McConnell, you hold down the point guard spot. We'll rely on Pascal Siakam and some other guys, and we'll see if we can gut out a win in Game 6 and get to Game 7 and see if Tyrese Halliburton will be available. I thought maybe Halliburton would be leaning more towards not playing in last night's game, but he came back and he looked great. last night?
He was okay, man. I mean, he hit some threes, and he had one of his floaters in the lane. I mean, he looked like he had his bounce back, and he's got a couple more days.
He didn't look as injured as I thought he was going to be.
The human element of sports, though, I mean, I've got another kind of thought about it. I don't know if you really want to get into it right now, but maybe it explains kind of why. I mean, OKC, that was their worst loss of the year.
Wow.
Not of the playoffs.
Of the year.
So, I'm thinking, okay, so what goes into something like that when they played so well this whole season and the playoffs? The one thing you count on is their defense, which did not show up last night.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, not just the players, but the whole organization they're okay. So if we win, where are we going to have the party? So they're now thinking about things other than the game.
Yeah.
Right. And when the opposing team has one of their best players who's hurt, I think there's a tendency to relax. It's just human nature.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if those two things.
Was Halliburton playing chess?
No. You conspiracy Justin, man.
Let me get their guard down. Man, my leg.
Yeah.
I'm hurt.
In the second quarter of game 6, I'm going to pretend to be hurt so that or game 5, so that in game 6 they don't know what's coming.
Yeah. Arguably the more important game 5.
Right. Game 5 to win, then go home to maybe clinch the championship. No. The fans want 7 games. I'm gonna totally just lose this game, and I'm gonna pretend I'm hurt. Second quarter, gonna go through the whole thing. Go to the locker room.
It's the perfect plan.
Walk gingerly out of the locker room in the second half. I'm gonna do all of that because I'm playing chess, baby. Yeah. I don't think so, Justin.
Let's give the people what they want.
We're gonna have a game 7.
7 games, baby.
But it's crazy. And so to me, I wonder the things that we don't talk about that have an effect on games. Those are two things that kind of have an effect on games, right?
Yeah.
And then look, man, I love TJ McConnell, one of my favorite U of A players. I thought if there was anybody that embodied Sean Miller's mentality on the basketball court, it was TJ McConnell. In fact, TJ McConnell is probably Sean Miller's spirit animal.
100%.
Right? But when did you ever think you were going to say the following words and they're 100,000% accurate? Going into game 7, Oklahoma City's got to figure out how they're going to deal with TJ McConnell.
You're right.
That ain't a joke, man.
Yeah.
That ain't a joke. TJ McConnell has given this team a certain energy, a certain spark that every time he's in, they just play better. And that is a real thing. Oklahoma City's got to figure out what they're going to do with TJ McConnell in game 7.
Well, and the thing that's so fascinating about TJ is his impact in the short amount of time that he's in the game. Like he played 24 minutes in game 6 and he had 12 points, 4 steals, 6 assists, and 9 rebounds.
Yeah.
Off the bench.
I almost bet the double-double for McConnell, but I didn't, and I'm glad I didn't. But
hey, man, I mean, if a few more assists, he's right there at a triple-double.
Dude,
off the bench.
One more rebound.
Yeah. One more rebound, double-double. But
I mean,
it's amazing.
Me, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And then for the defense of Oklahoma City, do you know at what point in the game they got their first steal off Indiana?
No idea.
30 minutes.
Wow.
Of game time, not actual time.
By the way, 16-4 in steals.
16. Yeah, I mean
16, and then OKC had 21 turnovers. Indiana had 10.
Indiana did not. This is the first game. Indiana did not really turn the ball over, and they dominated.
Yeah.
So these teams are pretty evenly matched. I mean, OKC had their kind of blowout. Indiana has their blowout now. I look for game 7 to be like game 1. It was 111-110, Oklahoma City. I think it's going to go down to the final minute and maybe even a final shot. And wouldn't it be only appropriate, especially with these playoffs and these Indiana Pacers, if it comes down to Halliburton hitting a 3 to win or lose the NBA championship?
Oh, man. Of
Talk
course.
about a storyline, Justin.
Yeah.
I mean, we love storylines.
Yeah.
But, like, think about how many game winners. He's had a game winner every round this playoffs.
He has.
He's got one more left in the tank.
I mean, is it unreasonable to even consider that may happen? I don't think Oklahoma City's going to blow them out.
No,
I think it's going to be a hell of a game. And like I said, maybe from a observation standpoint and also from a betting standpoint, I think these guys are going to be in each other's shirts on defense. I think the ref's whistle is going to be a little bit, they're going to put it in their pockets a little bit. They're going to let the guys decide the game on the court. So now I want to see if Scott Foster is going to get assigned to the game before I say anything.
Come on.
But
don't put that in the universe.
Yeah, who's officiating is going to have an effect. But I think, look, man, again, we got to get into what human beings. If you're an official and it's game 7, I think that most rational human beings would be like, look, if it's a foul, I'm going to call it. If it's close, I'm not. We got to let these guys decide the game on the court.
And that's why I think maybe that favors Indiana, because what is Indiana, or excuse me, what is Oklahoma City known for, especially Shai Gilgeous-Alexander? Drawing foul calls, getting to the free throw line, generating points that way. Are we going to see Shai getting to the floor a lot, and then they're not going to call the foul?
True. Yes, that's one point. On the other side of it, though, I think Oklahoma City's defense, like they want it to be a football game, right? So Lou Dort and Caruso, they want to get physical. The officials called a few early fouls last night, and I didn't see like the half court, full court pressure that OKC usually puts on Indiana. I wonder if that had an effect. So yeah, we got a lot of dueling Superman storylines here, man. I mean, you got Alex Caruso, TJ McConnell, right? It seems like with which one of those guys plays the best, their team wins. And then you've got the SGA drawing fouls, but then Oklahoma City likes to play physical on defense. If they bury the whistle, dueling Supermans or Spider-Mans. I don't know. I think it's been a great series. I really enjoy watching these teams play basketball.
I chuckled the second you brought up Lou Dort because it reminded me of Cuffs the Legend, who we had on earlier in the week. And he said Lou Dort plays like that player that joins the high school basketball team like 4 weeks or 8 games into the season because he was playing running back for the high school football team.
1,000%.
And they were like in their 3rd round of the playoffs, so he missed part of the season. Lou Dort plays like a running back joining the basketball team.
The guy is he's built.
Yeah.
He's built, man. So yeah, I mean,
even though he was minus
that's
28
that's where I'm leaning. Well, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of minuses. I mean, Caruso was minus 33.
Jalen Williams minus 40.
Yeah. I mean, I think about this too. It's the starting lineup. Correct me if I'm wrong. For OKC was 1 for 13 from 3.
You are correct.
Yeah,
I
know I was. I just was kind of allowing. I was showing a little humility. I liked looking at stats. I mean, so the lack of turnovers created by OKC, the lack of being able to shoot the 3. I mean, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP of the league, had 8 turnovers last night.
Yeah, and this is where it gets interesting because I feel like either side, if they win, you can make a case that really their secondary players, like not the faces of the team, are going to win Finals MVP. Like, if OKC wins and Jalen Williams has a really good game, are they going to give Jalen Williams Finals MVP over Shai?
Maybe.
And for Indiana, I mean, Pascal Siakam, who summoned the basketball gods before the game. I don't know if you saw that, but
yeah,
they were doing their little pregame huddle, and Pascal Siakam like lifted his head back and put the eyes in the back of his head and looked like the Undertaker. And people are like, "Oh man, what is Pascal Siakam doing? What is he summoning?" And then he went out and had a great game.
Yeah,
and the Pacers won.
Serrano from Major League. I think they had a live chicken and a bunch of candles in the locker room. But let me tell you, let me ask you this, Justin. You remember the NBA Finals where Golden State beat Cleveland and Andre Iguodala had a really good game 7. I mean, I think LeBron still scored like 35, but he played really well. He got the Finals MVP over Steph, Clay, and Durant. Remember that?
Yeah. Or no, not over Durant.
Not over Durant.
No, Durant wasn't there yet. He was Finals MVP for 15.
Okay,
2015.
In Game 7, if TJ McConnell has a impactful game, let's say he goes for 17, 8 assists, 4 rebounds, and makes the impactful plays at impactful times.
Man,
is there any scenario where TJ McConnell is Finals MVP?
He's the LeBron James of Steve Kerr's. Man, dude, hold on. If TJ McConnell were to win Finals MVP, that would be a bigger triumph than Nick Foles winning Super Bowl MVP.
Right. Well, yeah, I get what you're saying. But
Like,
is what I'm saying.
it's
like,
easy to win MVP as
out
a
of the
quarterback, but for
realm of
TJ,
possibilities.
I mean,
if he has a game, like TJ has a game in Game 7 that's just like, every time there's a tense moment, he comes through, he makes the basket, an assist, 4 steals. I don't think it's like totally out of the realm of possibilities. Do you?
No. And does the finals MVP, okay, here's TJ's numbers in the finals right now. TJ is averaging 11.3 points per game. Just 2 turnovers, too. So, I mean, he's not turning over the ball as well. 2.3 steals per game, 4.5 assists, 3.2 rebounds, shooting free throws at a 78% clip, 3-pointers, 60%, and field goals, 53.7%. So, I don't know. I think, honestly,
what if TJ's got 4 threes, he scores 20 points in Indiana?
He's got to have like a fantastic Game 7 and like the reason why they win. Because I think otherwise it's going to go to Pascal Siakam. If it's not going to Tyrese Halliburton, it's going to go to Pascal Siakam. Siakam's having a great series.
You know what I really like about this Indiana team is that we could probably name 4 guys
that can maybe win Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're just like a really good team. Like Halliburton's really good. Pascal Siakam's really good. Sure. But I mean, like, there's no like, that's the guy. They just got a bunch of they're a really good team that plays well together. And Oklahoma City the same way, right? You got Jalen Williams has really kind of blossomed in these finals, especially as of late. Chet Holmgren still, to me, he plays like the kid that's a sophomore in high school and he's playing with seniors and he doesn't know what to do.
Oh, but he's just tall and he's on the team.
Yeah, because he's good, but he's not like the physicality's not there. And like the kids that are seniors have gone through puberty and he's still at the early stages. So he doesn't want to take his clothes off in the locker room to take a shower. Right. To me, when I watch him play, I'm just like, the guy's like, he should be on JV, but he's a little too good for JV. And he's got all these natural skills. We got to have him on varsity. And he's like, Mom, this guy played the other night. He had a mustache and smelled like Old Spice. Right. And he's still eating gummy bears. Right. Or has juice boxes as a sophomore. I don't know. That was my observation from last night.
Juice boxes. Those are timeless.
It's like, I like how these are the things that Ollie and I are thinking about.
His lunch. You know?
Ollie's like, yeah, Chet Holmgren is this basketball player that's like half JV, half varsity. And I'm like, yeah, Lou Dort. He's that running back that joins the team like 4 games into the season because the football team had a deep run in the playoffs. And of course, he's a football player first.
Does
basketball player second.
TJ McConnell like Smalls?
I don't know what TJ McConnell is, but I will tell you what. Someone tweeted this out. I forgot who it was, but they said TJ McConnell is going to be the president of basketball operations for the Indiana Pacers at some point in his life.
Well, my dad said something last night. Not impossible.
What's that?
TJ McConnell is going to be a coach, and whenever Tommy Lloyd wants to hang it up, TJ McConnell could be the coach of University of Arizona basketball team.
Hell yeah!
Pump it directly into my veins.
All right, let's take a phone call here. Are we taking a blind phone call?
Kind of, yeah. They've been trying to get through for a second. I don't know where Elaine's at.
Okay, what's going on, boss? How you doing, man?
It's the Tony, boys.
What's up, Tony?
You doing?
Yeah. Happy Friday.
Dude, for a while there, I thought your 9-leg parlay was looking good.
You know, it was. The only thing that didn't hit, ironically, was TJ's 3-point. One 3-pointer. He's been great for the last 3 games, hitting them, and that's the one that he didn't do. But I played some arbitrage, so I got my money back.
Did you follow my lead though? Just bet him over on the points. Be simple.
Of course, I already had that in there in that leg.
No, there's no legs. It's just the only bet.
Straight up.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. The legs is the problem.
I don't do straight up. Man, I like to live on the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I like to feel something.
I went back and did some arbitrage betting, and I got, I think I snagged, I did alt line on the Pacers -10 because that second quarter was just insane. I'm like, yeah, they're not losing this. So, but one thing that I was thinking about is the MVP. How many times the regular season MVP has won the actual NBA title? It's only happened 14 times, 5 in the last 25 years. Mm-hmm. So kind of goes to show when you have that all-important person on your team, it doesn't always come to maturity to have the grand finale in your, in your future, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say 14 times in the last 25 years?
No, 14 times all time.
All time.
No,
I was like,
5
man,
in the
that's more
last
than
25,
50%. That's pretty good.
14 all time.
Yeah, all time.
All time.
Yeah,
Wow.
no. Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
Mhm.
And it goes to show again, last night just goes again to show how much deeper Indiana's bench is and how many more guys they can rely on than OKC's.
Absolutely.
And that is proof positive as well by Carlisle putting in the guys when somebody doesn't think it's the right thing to do, but he knows his guys best. That's what happens. Look at Obi Toppin going off again last night. Well, Toppin and TJ combined for 32 points off the bench. Like,
yeah,
that's pretty damn good.
Absolutely.
And especially when Halliburton was limping around there. So, but yeah, I knew you were going to call me out on that. I was like,
no, that's not what I'm talking about, Tony. But I'm like, man, he might actually get this. I was really excited for you.
Yeah.
But I got an admission to make to you, Tony. Last night, Indiana, I think it was like -9.5. And I got a text from Justin Spears that, you know what? It's really enticing to bet on OKC in the points right now.
Like
and
OKC
as soon as he
money line.
sent me that text, I bet $20 on Indiana -9.5. So
Kiss of death.
Yeah.
Hey, Tony, always appreciate your phone
That's
calls,
exactly
man.
what I did.
Have a great Friday, bro. Have a great
Have
Friday.
a good Friday, guys.
Thank you. Blue Moon presents the 17th annual Iron Chef Tucson competition and culinary experience on Saturday, July 26th at Desert Diamond Casino's Diamond Center in Sahuarita. We've got Chef Anthony Dromgoole of Oban Sushi and Ramen looking to defend his title against Chef Mackenzie O'Leary of Tanqueverde Ranch.
that's a tough one. I like both of them.
You were so upset that she wasn't like super Irish.
Mackenzie O'Leary.
Yeah, in my mind, that's how she was going to come in the studio,
Yeah.
right?
Nope.
Yeah, I love the Irish accent. So I'm looking
That's a
forward to
good-
going to
that's a good
Ireland. Yeah.
accent.
But I like both of them very much. And they're both excellent chefs. I don't know how they can both win, but I wish there was a way.
Yeah, I don't. It's tough, man. Foie gras French toast.
Yeah, foie gras.
Foie gras French toast.
Yeah.
Man, it's so good. But yeah, Anthony Dromgoole looking to defend his title, and he was in the studio earlier this week, and he's like, "Man, I'm not just trying to win this one. I'm trying to win the next one too. I'm trying to be the first one to three-peat." So Anthony Dromgoole is committed to defending his title. Make sure you go to IronChefTucson.com to pick up your tickets today. Partial proceeds to benefit the Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona. And all of this brought to you in part by Whiskey Del Bach and Peroni.
I got bad news if he wants to be the first three-peat. I think Ryan Clark already did that.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The safety
That's
for the
right.
Steelers?
Yep.
RC, man.
Ryan Clark, man.
RC.
Great. From LSU.
So looking at the NBA
same.
Finals, we are now going to Game 7 after the Indiana Pacers won last night's game and won pretty convincingly. And of course, the Spears and Ali, or excuse me, not the Spears and Ali,
Yeah.
the Justin Spears kiss of death was all in on Oklahoma City. And then Indiana, Pascal Siakam played a great game. TJ McConnell, and I was going to talk about this earlier, but we just didn't have enough time. It felt surreal watching last night's game because Indiana played great. I mean, they pretty much did exactly what Oklahoma City does. They have a lot of on-ball pressure. They created a bunch of turnovers. They got out into transition, and that's how they got a lot of their points. As far as, steals and turnovers and blocks, like Indiana was just so much better in that category. And then you have TJ McConnell, who's a 1 rebound away from a double-double.
Yeah.
And, had 6 assists as well, had a few steals, and was just great off the bench for
4
Indiana.
steals, not
4
a
steals.
few.
Sorry, 4.
4.
More than a few.
Yeah.
And
I thought a few was 4.
in the
Few
second
is 3 or more, but yeah.
in the second half, all of a sudden the crowd at the Indiana Pacers arena is chanting TJ, 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 the entire arena. And I'm like, man, this guy that was a 2-year starter at Arizona who transferred from little old Duquesne in Pittsburgh.
Man, you posted that picture yesterday. He looked like a junior high player
Right?
at Duquesne. I'm like, why'd you put a picture of him at Duquesne? He's a Wildcat. And then I'm like, I get what you're doing here. Yeah, that is
Like, think about that.
Yeah.
Like, humble beginnings, and then now he's getting his name chanted in an arena at the NBA Finals. I think it's spectacular, man.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because one thing I want to kind of add on to it is, man, I'm just so impressed by the crowds at Oklahoma City and Indiana. I mean,
Yeah.
last night, Oklahoma City is like that all the time. I mean, but Indiana that stadium was loud as heck.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just thinking, I was so happy for people in the stands. You know why? Because imagine your favorite team is playing for a championship and it's the last game at home and they play like that and everybody's happy. I mean, just think of the euphoria. I was putting myself in the place of an Indiana Pacers fan and just thinking, man, how good would it feel to be at that game and Indiana is your favorite team and they played like that? I'm just so happy for the people in Indiana.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
And now this game or this series goes back to Oklahoma City, where we got the two best words in sports, Game 7. And in a Game 7 scenario, really anything goes. And Indiana has
That's
shown.
2 words in sports is Steelers Super Bowl. That's 3 words, but yeah, go ahead and go with it.
Yeah, Charles Barkley moment.
Yeah.
2 words. Tony Parker, must see TV.
Yeah, I definitely did. And he talks about the women in San Antonio. I could talk about the women in Minnesota. I love Minnesota, especially in the winter because everybody's hibernating and they've already eaten a lot to like insulate themselves. And I walk in there and it's like, oh, what's going on, Slim? And I'm like, yeah, I am pretty skinny compared to a lot of you, huh? So they have some big old women in Minnesota too. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm very excited for Game 7. I think this is going to be a great battle in Oklahoma City. What do you guys think about this matchup? Call in at 719-1490, 719-1490. Let's wrap up hour number 1 coming up next. Now that I got you here, Ollie, we were just talking about it off air. What do you think about?
Do you feel like am I like your human comfort food? Do you just feel like enveloped in warmth and safety when I'm around?
More bloated.
More bloated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are the mac and cheese to my life, Ollie.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever got a better compliment.
I don't think he's ever been that romantic with anybody.
No.
Like you are the lemon pepper flat in my life.
Good God, dude. You're gonna make me start crying. I know. I know. I will know what those 2 food items mean to you.
Lemon pepper wings and mac and
cheese. Yeah.
It's my top
and
2.
if you're wondering what his last meal would be if he was on death row, he's put 2 of the top choices up there and equated them with me. I will be crying. Yes, I will.
The only thing he didn't say was chocolate milk.
Oh,
I think it was third.
That's third.
That's third, and I still got to work for the chocolate milk. Yeah.
So, but you were there at the big announcement at Keno Stadium for the baseball team.
Yep.
The Tucson baseball team, part of the Mexican Pacific Winter League. It will be starting its season on October 16th against Hermosillo, the Naranjeros.
You don't pronounce the H in Spanish. It's Hermosillo.
Hermosillo.
Yeah. So anytime there's an H, you don't pronounce the H.
Hermosillo.
Hermosillo.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Yeah, that's
you
what I
said.
said.
Hermosillo.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, I think you were.
I'm just going with it.
You were waiting.
Yeah.
I'm just going with it.
Just going with it.
But I mean, you're pretty much opening up against one of the most successful teams in
The most successful team.
pretty much in that league. So starting off with a bang for the Tucson baseball team. And there were multiple steps to get here, right? With the the Mexican baseball fiesta, the new grass, the new video board for the World Baseball Classic qualifiers. And there were multiple steps over the years that allowed Tucson to get its own professional baseball team and call it home here in Tucson. And the Mexican Pacific Winter League pretty much presented the idea of potentially moving to Tucson about a year ago. And then they proceeded with the steps. And the ownership, Victor Cuevas, he said that support where they were down in Sonora kind of started to go away in recent years, and which really affected their income. And so they feel like making this jump to Tucson, it's the perfect time for them as a franchise. And they're going to find out that Tucson loves its baseball, and they're going to get behind this team. I love the idea of the team allowing Tucson to pick out its team name rather than just saying, all right, here's a team name. Here you go. Appreciate it. They're like, no. We're going to allow Tucson to pick out its name so that way they can really rally behind it, which I think is a good move.
You want some inside scoops?
Always love scoops.
So inside
more
scoop
than
number one, and Tucson should be really proud of this. They were one of 4 different teams from different leagues that wanted to come to Tucson. So Victor Cuevas and his ownership group chose Tucson. Tucson chose them. And so there's a lot of interest in being in this community, and there's a lot of great things that are happening with the Arizona Bowl, with the Sugar Skulls, with the Roadrunners, with FC Tucson. People see that and they're like, you know what? This town's got a lot of potential. We want to be part of that. So it was a mutual marriage here. Both parties wanted each other. So that's a great thing for our town. Second thing is when I got the Sports Authority that was founded by the legislature, I got appointed by the governor as the Pima County representative. And I said I would join, but I don't, I know we're supposed to bring film, tourism, and sports to Southern Arizona, and I certainly will be a part of that. But I make no mistake, bringing baseball back is why I'm accepting this nomination from the governor. And while I'm the Pima County representative, and while this is my focus, 2 guys should really, I'm going to give 3 guys a lot of credit here. We've had them on the show. Blake Eager led this charge. This doesn't happen without Blake Eager and the countless tireless hours that he spent meeting with people, making this happen. World Baseball Classic was here because of Blake Eager. World Baseball Classic is why we have professional baseball back in Tucson. Ray Flores from the El Charro restaurants. Ray's been an instrumental part of all of this. And the guy, people call me Mr. Tucson. I would suggest that maybe Ray Flores has got me by a step. He's involved in everything, and all he does is care about this town. And he does more things where he gets no benefit other than bringing things to this community and the love of this town. So Ray Flores, and then
he's got you by a chimichanga.
He's got me. Yeah. The mini chimichanga, not the whole Gordo's chimichanga.
Enchilada style.
Yeah, enchilada style, baby. And then finally, Felipe Garcia from Visit Tucson, and one more county, Pima County. Look, it's so interesting and it's incredible what we can accomplish when no one cares who gets the credit, and we all have the common goal of what's good for our community. And the best thing about this is that's what happened here.
All right, we'll see y'all in hour number 2. Don't go anywhere. More Spears and Ali coming up next. Welcome to hour number 2 of Spears and Ali here on ESPN Tucson, 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, streaming live on that ESPN Tucson mobile app. Make sure you download that for free off the App Store and Google Play. And also check us out on ESPNTucson.com. And also on ESPNTucson.com, you'll find information regarding the Iron Chef Tucson competition and culinary experience presented by Blue Moon. It's all going down on Saturday, July 26th at Desert Diamond Casino's Diamond Center. We got Anthony Dromgoole of Oban Sushi and Ramen going up against Chef Mackenzie O'Leary of Tanque Verde Ranch. Go to ESPNTucson.com or IronChefTucson.com and get your tickets. Partial proceeds to benefit the Community Food Bank of Southern Arizona. And all this brought to you in part by, Peroni and Whiskey Del Bac.
Yep.
Say what you said off the air about the team names in the Mexican Baseball League.
I love them.
Yeah.
I think people should know about this.
Yeah.
So just to go.
So we know about the Tucson baseball team.
Yeah.
I think I've got a name. That's why.
Who were the Mayos de Navajo, right? And then you have Aguilas de Mexicali, or the Mexicali Eagles, Algodoneros de Guasave, or the cotton growers of Guasave, Cañeros de los Mochis, or the Los Mochis sugarcanes, Charros de Jalisco, which is the Jalisco Horsemen, I believe. Another team joining the league at the same time as us, Jaguares de Nayarit, or the Nayarit Jaguars, Naranjeros de Hermosillo orange growers, Tomateros de Culiacan, the Culiacan tomato growers, Venados de Mazatlan, the Mazatlan deer, and Yaquis de Obregon Yaquis.
So what about this? So everything's got some sort of a pretty deep connection with the cities that they're located, right?
Yeah.
How about El Cobre de Tucson?
The snake?
Cobre means copper.
Oh, copper.
Cobre is a cool name.
Cobre?
It is a cool name.
Cobre de Tucson.
Cobre de Tucson.
Oh, man, we have copper uniforms, too.
I might throw that out.
Ooh. kind of like a Texas Longhorns look a little
I think
bit.
I got it, guys. I
Oh,
think
man.
I'm feeling like I got it.
I don't hate it.
Yeah.
How do you say the place where Dillinger was arrested in Spanish? Isn't that Hotel Congress?
Hotel de Congress de Tucson.
Yeah,
I like that. Cobre.
I say Hotel Congress in Spanish. Yeah, what is even the hotel in Spanish? ¿Cómo se dice hotel?
Hotel.
Hotel?
Yeah. You
Okay.
don't pronounce the H, remember?
Oh, so it's just
Hotel.
hotel.
Yeah, hotel.
I do like it. What was it? Cobre de Tucson?
Cobre de Tucson.
I don't hate it. Don't hate it at all.
You got to figure out what the logo is, because logos matter, because you want cool merch.
Sure.
So you got to figure out if that works. But I don't know. It's not like I've ever come up with a good idea before. So maybe it's our first time for everything.
Yeah. We'll see.
So we are going to talk about Arizona football recruiting with Matt Moreno from Rivals. He will be calling in at 8:25, and there's a interesting quarterback situation with Arizona right now because everyone's talking about Oscar Rios, and Oscar Rios is a great quarterback, and he's a 4-star prospect rated top 10 by 247sports.com, and he would be a great get for Arizona. Don't sleep on, I think it's Jaden O'Neal. Jaden O'Neal was formerly, I think it was Oklahoma. He was committed to them, but he just took an official visit to Arizona, and he's got some connection to Ortiz Jenkins. Like Ortiz Jenkins was taking photos with Jaden O'Neal. So Arizona's got a couple of connections to some pretty damn good quarterbacks. So
I thought Ortiz's son was being recruited by Arizona too. I don't
know if that's his son or if he's like a nephew or something.
I was mistaken. I thought it was like a
George Manu Maleuna. Or no, excuse me, George Malaulu. Sorry, I was thinking of Brandon Monaman.
Yeah, that's me and my fraternity brothers. That's what we chanted for anytime George made a good play.
Yeah, George Malaulu. His kid is being recruited by Arizona.
What does he play?
Quarterback.
Nice, lefty too.
He is a quarterback. I don't know if he's lefty, but he is a quarterback. So
I hope he's a lefty.
So yeah, I think this Oscar Rios kid is going to come to Arizona. Knock on wood, but yeah, next week. This is when he makes his announcement. And if he were to come to Arizona, what does it mean for the Wildcats? What does it mean for their quarterback room? We'll kind of talk about that with Matt Moreno coming up here at 8:25. And then we've got our favorite segment on this beautiful Friday, Freak Out Friday. Talk about some things that are freaking us out, whether it's good or bad. And then to end the show, Ollie, before he goes in vacation mode, is going to give you guys his weekend winners. So if you're looking to maybe earn some cheddar via the sports betting apps, Ollie's got you covered. Pretty damn good record so far.
Yeah. It's like 4-1. And then if you want to count what I gave you TJ McConnell on Wednesday, that's 5-1. So I don't know. This one's a tough one, but I kind of gave you a preview in the 7:00 hour. I think this is going to be a defensive battle, and I think there's going to be a lot of nerves. So I'm looking at a lot of unders, and I may look at what the total points is going to be. It'll probably be exactly what I like, right where I think it's going to be. So it's going to be a hard bet, but well, stay tuned. I'll let you know what the bet is.
Yeah. Game 7.
What do you like? Because I'm going to go the opposite way.
This is so hard.
See, but you can't ask him because otherwise it messes with the karma, right?
Oh yeah. I need you to. Is there anything you're certain about that's going to happen in Game 7?
I think that OKC is going to play much better defense. They're at home. They have the comfort of their own home, and they've been playing lights out defensively at home. So after pretty much getting outclassed in every single defensive category last night, I think we're going to see a much better OKC team at home. And so that's why I kind of dig the under. I think defensively this game is going to be a slugfest. But I also think that OKC.
I agree with him.
I also think that OKC is going to figure out a way to win the game because it's at home. But like I said in the last hour, like I am worried though, because let's say the referees do put away their whistle and they're allowing the guys to play physical. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the entire season, the entire postseason, that's a lot of his points, right? He usually gets around 8 to 12 points a night just from free throws. So is he going to be able to still get to the free throw line as much as he normally does? And will the Oklahoma City Thunder figure out ways to get to the free throw line? I don't know. But I think if this is just based off of physicality, like Lou Dort is a pretty physical player. But I look at all the other guys that the Indiana Pacers have. Pascal Siakam, that's a very tough guy. Miles Turner, very tough guy. TJ McConnell is just an absolute dog on defense. So if this is going to be a battle of who is tougher, I'm leaning more towards Indiana. But with that being said, the game is at home. I really don't know. I'll probably go with Oklahoma City, which seems like a cop-out considering they're the home team. But
my bets are going to be Oklahoma City based because it's just rational that at home, 68 win team. I think that they're favored by 7.5. But you know what the over/under is? 215.5. Do you know how many games out of the 6 have gone under 215.5?
0.
One.
One.
The last game, last night. And it was a blowout. So I might zag and say over 215.5. Well, actually, there's 2 games. There was 111, 104. That's a tough one. I might stay away from the lines.
Line, actually. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from the. I stay away from the lines in this matchup because both teams are never out of it. Even when so OKC was down by 30 points in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, there was like 8 minutes left, and they cut it to 20, and there are 5 minutes left. They cut it to 20 or 18, and everybody had the reserves in pretty much. And I'm like, man, do you put your guys back in? It's not impossible to come back from this right now.
Mm-hmm.
But OKC just didn't have it. And I think like human nature. I mean, I wonder how much of you have to prepare for if you win. Where's the party? Are you going to be in OKC? Are you going to take the plane and go back to Oklahoma City? Are you going to go somewhere else? Like Dallas, when Boston played Dallas in the finals and Dallas beat Boston when they were in Dallas. I mean, Boston had made plans to like fly to Miami that night and go like basically do their championship party. So I wonder how much that had to do with it, how much you kind of relax a little bit when you think their best player is hurt. OKC was the worst loss all year for them. They just were not themselves last night. I just think Game 7 is going to be very physical on both sides. Both teams play really good defense. So my bet will probably be something surrounding blocks or steals.
So now that this is going to Game 7, when you think about the history of the NBA Finals, Ali, what are some memorable 7-game series that you can call up in the NBA Finals?
Man,
the first one that comes to mind, I have 2 that come to mind.
Okay. You asked me, but you wanted to say it, so go ahead.
Recently.
Yeah.
Well, I was allowing you to think about it. The 2016 Cleveland Cavaliers, Golden State Warriors Finals. I mean, that Game 7, maybe the greatest Game 7 in NBA history. When you think about the fact that the Warriors were 73-9, had the greatest regular season record in NBA history, but what did everyone say? It doesn't mean a thing if you don't get the ring. We don't remember that Golden State team for going 73-9. We remember them for blowing a 3-1 series lead and losing that NBA Finals to the Cavaliers. And then, of course, LeBron and his great block, Kyrie Irving, great shot on the other end. So that's one 7-game series in the NBA Finals that I could think of. And then one that's very near and dear to our hearts, Ali, bleep Boston forever and always. The Los Angeles Lakers beating the Boston Celtics in Game 7 of the 2010 NBA Finals. Kobe didn't have a great game that game.
No, did not.
It was
was he like 5 for 25 shooting?
Yeah.
A lot of free throws, rebounds, and assists.
Yeah.
It was great. It was not a really good basketball game.
No. It was ugly. It was a rock fight. I think that's what we're going to see with Indiana and OKC.
So, in NBA history, there's been, 1, 2, 3. There hasn't been a lot of Game 7s. I think it's like 12, 14.
Mm-hmm.
14 total.
And a lot of them are Lakers Celtics.
Lakers Celtics in 84 beat the Lakers in 7. Lakers in 88 beat the Pistons in 7. I remember that. That was great. I don't know. Some of my best memories of NBA Finals are not Game 7s. That's Game 6, like Bulls, Utah.
Yeah.
when Jordan hit that final shot and he pushed, Russell?
Byron
Russell away. Man, Jordan was so awesome. And then I think it was 87 Lakers Celtics where Magic with the baby hook winning the championship in Boston Garden. That was a great game. Man, Celtics Lakers back in the 80s was unbelievable. So, yeah, I mean, I think the one you chose with Cleveland and Golden State probably has got to be, if not the best, one of the best game sevens.
Absolutely. And then 88 as well, Pistons versus Lakers. That went to a 7-game series as well.
Yes.
Magic Johnson was great in that series. Lakers
Magic
won.
and Isaiah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's been a handful of Game 7 matchups in NBA history. Maybe this one isn't the one that really moves the needle as far as names go, but I think this is going to be a great game. Tyrese Halliburton isn't as injured as I thought he was.
How do you know?
I don't know what. I mean, they were saying like, oh, he's doubtful for Game 6. I'm like, okay. He's had a couple days of rest for a calf. All right, well, he's doubtful. And then he came out and he looked pretty healthy to me.
He looked good, but he was he looked good.
He wasn't Tyrese Halliburton, but he was still very effective, very useful. And
that one steal he had, and then the passing to Siakam in the middle, and then Nesmith in the corner to hit the three, inject that into my veins. Just beautiful basketball.
Man, I can't wait for Game 7. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We still got to talk about the Tucson Sugar Skulls. They're back in action this weekend. They're taking on the Northern Arizona Wranglers.
Yeah.
Need
this one.
Sugar Skulls looking to make it 2 in a row. Man, big win last week against the Arizona Rattlers. Jamias Williams, he was just named IFL Defensive Player of the Week for his 2 interceptions. The second interception was in triple overtime, which set up Kevin Macias for the game-winning field goal. And, yeah, Sugar Skulls are back in Tucson this weekend. We'll talk more about that game coming up here in just a little bit. And then we've got our Freak Out Friday segment where we'll talk about some things that are just freaking us out, whether it's good or bad. And then Ali is going to give you guys some winners for the upcoming weekend.
Well, let's start with a winner, then we'll see where it goes from there.
Winner, singular.
Yeah.
So today is the last chance to win a trip to Venice, Italy, as part of our Summer of Fun contest. All throughout the day until 6 p.m. You can listen to keywords during commercial breaks. And then once you hear that keyword, text it to 520-719-1490. Again, 520-719-1490. This week, it is a trip to Venice, Italy. Not sure what the trips are, what the trip is next week. But, man, we've got trips still to Japan, Portugal, Iceland. I think Maui as well is on that list too. So, yeah, we're giving away some cool vacations all summer long. Make sure you keep your ears peeled here on ESPN Tucson for your chance to win.
I know what next week's trip is, but I'll never tell.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's Key West.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
I was going to offer him 2 tickets to a U of A basketball game, but he said it too quickly.
I knew that wasn't happening.
Yeah. No, I was really going to do it.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's going to be like Abilene Christian, but still, you're in McHale.
Yeah.
All right, let's do our Freak Out Friday segment.
Can I go with you to the Kansas game, Ali?
No.
It's worth a shot.
Maybe.
Miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Maybe. Never know. It's not impossible. It's highly improbable.
All right, Freak Out Friday. Oh, yeah. There's a chance. All right, Ollie, Freak Out Friday. What's on your mind today?
So we've talked a lot about TJ McConnell. What a great series he's had, not just a game last night. The only bench player in NBA Finals history to have 60 points, 25 assists, and 15 rebounds. Oklahoma City's going into Game 7. No joke with the thought, how are we going to deal with TJ McConnell? Mm-hmm. He's played that great. He's been an Energizer bunny. But the best part of last night's game to me was the post-game show with TJ McConnell. And it really hit and resonated with me because I'm a guy that's coached a lot of years of my life. And a lot of those years were spent coaching my son. And I was thinking what Mr. McConnell said to his son yesterday may be what I would tell Xavier or Sorn if they were in a game of that magnitude and they played like that. Take a listen to this.
What do you think of his performance tonight? excellent. Just disappointing, missed 2 foul shots in the beginning. I kept saying, man, I wish he'd have made those 2 foul shots. But he recovered, and we won the game. So I can forget about the foul shots. Anything can happen in Game 7. We're going to OKC to try to win a world championship. And my son's a part of it, and I can't believe that.
Pops, I got one question for you.
Yes, sir.
Why were you harder on him and softer on your daughter?
He says that, but
It's
that's
true.
a lie.
It's true, because it's true.
My daughter was an undefeated state championship. He lost in the state championship. We lost 2 games. So undefeated, he didn't play as well in the state championship. He played great, but we didn't win it.
Unbelievable.
The truth hurts.
Gotta love it.
Truth hurts. She was
Gotta love it,
undefeated
TJ.
state
Got to love
champion.
it.
Truth hurts.
Now she's with the Mercury, so
Hey,
I can't be more proud to say I have a son in the NBA and I have a daughter in the WNBA. This is a dream come true, and I'm going to OKC for my son to play in the championship game
wait till you
to
watch
win
this.
the world championship.
25 years from
yes.
Does your dad have an agent?
I love this guy growing
No, he doesn't need an
was
agent.
I would love to represent him.
Perfect. As a dad, as coach dad, it's like Xavier was 19 of 20 for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns in the win. And they bring me up and I'm like, yeah, I wish he would have completed that one other pass. It was right there for him.
That check down was just a little too high.
Yeah. It's you just never like the coach dad move is compliment, could have done better. Compliment, something else you could have done better.
It all makes sense now.
It was yes. yes. So I found that very amusing. And I was like, man, that's a coach dad. That's a coach dad. He played excellent. I just wish he would have made those 2 free throws.
It's like, yeah, 3 turnovers, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, outside of the
12 points,
the 2
9
missed free throws and
rebounds,
3 turnovers,
6 assists, 4 steals. Yeah, those 2 free throws really disappointing.
But yeah, TJ McConnell played his ass off last night. And like Mr. McConnell said, TJ is going to Oklahoma City, and he's a part of a team that could win a world championship. And when you think about his upbringing, how he got to the NBA, and that I tweeted out this photo yesterday. I'm like, man, this guy that was a point guard at Duquesne is now playing in the NBA Finals, and he has an entire arena chanting his name for how well he's playing. It's so cool.
Can I just give one big thank you to somebody? He's a great guy. I wish him the best at Texas. Thank you, Sean Miller, for bringing TJ McConnell to Arizona, because for us Arizona basketball fans that have been rooting for this team since we were 5 years old, through Fred Snowden, Lute Olson, Sean Miller, Tommy Lloyd, and then a couple of guys in between, TJ McConnell epitomizes the soul of Arizona basketball. And to watch him play at such a great level, just it's very heartwarming for this Arizona Wildcat basketball fan.
Amen, brother.
And
also, that's Coach Mr. McConnell to you, Justin.
Yeah.
sorry, Coach McConnell.
No, Mr. McConnell.
Yeah.
Coach Mr. McConnell?
Yeah, you got to have the full time.
Did your mom and dad do that to you? It's like, well, were you harder on Justin than Josh? Well, Josh did go undefeated and win a state championship. Justin, they lost a couple of games. He didn't win the state championship, and he didn't play that role. Did you feel that?
No,
or
never.
Or is it the other way around?
I am the only member of my family to play in a state championship game.
Wow. So Josh is the one that's like screaming and listening to the radio go, no, Justin. They were so much softer on Justin. Actually, I know that for a fact. I know that's the way your brother feels.
I was a better basketball player.
Oh, good
as
God.
well.
Oh, here we go.
Hell yeah, man.
Clothes better.
Were you a better?
Fit better.
Were you a better athlete by a full chimichanga over Josh?
a mini chimmy.
I saw his golf swing. Not bad.
No, my
Not
brother,
bad. Yeah,
he's
good.
got
He's got a good swing.
really good golf swing.
Yeah.
Does he also do the hockey grip?
No, he's on point when it comes to golf. Also, thank you to Sean Miller and the people responsible for scheduling, because people forget, before TJ McConnell transferred to Arizona, Duquesne came to McHale Center. TJ McConnell played against Arizona at McHale, and TJ had 9 points, 3 steals, 4 assists, and 6 rebounds. And of course, Arizona slaughtered Duquesne. Or actually, no, it was actually somewhat of a close game, 67-59. But even though it was a typical Arizona win, Sean Miller had his eye on that point guard at Duquesne. It was like, man, Kid's pretty damn good.
These NBA guys, they don't know what they're doing. TJ's going to play 10 plus years in the NBA. I mark my words. TJ McConnell will play 10 plus years in the NBA. And I'm like, I believe you, Sean. And
Sean or Don?
Sean.
Okay.
Yeah, Sean Miller. Always horse.
Yep.
Yeah. But he was right, man. And thank you, Sean Miller. Thank you, City of Pittsburgh. Thank you, City of Pittsburgh.
It always comes back to freaking Pittsburgh, man.
Some good ones from Pittsburgh.
All right. My Freak Out Friday for this week is coming from a sport that's very near and dear to all of our hearts, and it really happens every 4th of July. Hot dog eating contest.
Yes, sir.
Joey Chestnut is back.
Is he?
The legend is back. So he took a 1-year hiatus. There was some dispute between him and Nathan's because he had a sponsorship deal with Impossible Foods, and they were promoting plant-based hot dogs. And so because of that dispute, Joey Chestnut did not compete in last year's Nathan's hot dog eating contest. And he came out on Twitter at Joey Jaws and said, "I'm thrilled to be returning to Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest. This event means the world to me. It's a cherished tradition, a celebration of American culture, and a huge part of my life." And Joey Chestnut has won 16 Nathan's hot dog eating contests. 16.
Holds the record, too.
Chestnut versus Kobayashi again.
Bring back Kobayashi.
Kobayashi has retired.
Oh, he has?
He retired last year.
Yeah.
He did. They did it online, though, right? Chestnut versus, and Kobayashi got annihilated.
So, the hot dog eating contest is important to you. You never miss it.
Never, man.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
must-see TV every 4th of July.
And you got to watch the lemonade chug, too.
No, with Badlands.
Yeah.
But Joey Chestnut, he owns the record with 76 hot dogs, which also includes buns.
I want to see
a record he set in 2021.
I want to see a Mike's Hard Lemonade chugging contest. Let's see who can.
Hell yeah.
And then you got to spin 5 times and not fall down to win.
You got to ride
and not throw
a
up.
bicycle down the boardwalk.
Yeah.
But yeah, the GOAT is back. Joey Chestnut.
Yes. That's honestly amazing news.
July 4th, everybody. I'm not going to be here. He won't be here either. And you probably won't be listening because it's 4th of July. Justin's turning 30. So, Justin, since I'm not going to be here, we'll be texting.
Thank you.
In advance, a very happy 30th birthday. I hope it's awesome.
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
It's my Steph Curry year.
It is your Steph Curry year.
Very excited about the Steph Curry year. All right, coming up next on Spears and Ali.
Julius Randle, right?
Julius Randle as well. Yeah. Hell yeah, baby. All right, so Kelvin Ifon, was he 30 as well? Anyways, all right, we're going to...
Malcolm Subban, I think, too.
Oh, who? PK Subban?
No, Malcolm Subban.
Oh, Malcolm
brother.
Subban.
I think. Can't remember correctly.
But, man, I wanted to talk about the 6,000-calorie cupcake. That was going to be my Freak Out Friday, which is just called cake, in my opinion. All right, we're going to do Ollie's weekend winners. Weekend winner, singular.
Yeah.
If you want to win some moolah this weekend, Ollie's got you covered coming up next.
11-leg parlay coming right up.
All right, I need to make some money. My my bank account or my Caesars Sportsbook account is running low. So Ollie, help me out with that, man. I need a weekend winner.
I'm going to give you 2, and I'm going to do something I don't usually do. I'm going to give you a parlay, but it's only 2-leg parlay. It's more than 2 legs.
Come on, Tony.
Tony was close though, man. 1 3-pointer away. So I'm not messing with Tony. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I think both teams are going to be locked in. Right now, Alex Caruso over 1.5 steals is -160. Not the greatest odds, but I'm going to take it because I like making money. So Alex Caruso -160 to over 1.5 steals.
Okay.
My parlay is Alex Caruso over 1.5 steals. I can't believe it's this low. TJ McConnell over 9.5 points. That is +180. That is my parlay. The parlay is Alex Caruso over 1.5 steals, TJ McConnell over 9.5 points.
Dos Leches parlay?
The Dos Leches parlay.
Oh, man, that's great. So going into this game, I have a hard time predicting who's going to win. Because I thought Oklahoma City, with Tyrese Halliburton's injury, they were going to figure out a way to close them out. And Indiana said, hell no, you're going to have to earn this. Forcing a Game 7, winning convincingly, creating a bunch of turnovers. And, I mean, defensively, man, I can't remember a time that OKC looked that discombobulated on the offensive end. So, did Indiana find the recipe? Are they going to figure out a way to win Game 7 and win the NBA championship? And are we going to see Benedict Mathurin and TJ McConnell as NBA champions?
Man, I hope so.
I'm rooting for Indiana for Game 7.
Oh, me too. Me too. I'm going to steal from Zach Lowe, who's on the Ringer now with Bill Simmons. Oklahoma City's up by 2. Everybody just imagine this. 10 seconds to go. Ball's in Halliburton's hands. He rises up, shoots the 3, and then the TV screen goes to black like the last episode of The Sopranos.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
Believe it.
I think it's going to be a hard-fought game. I expect it to be close. And honestly, I think it's a toss-up. I might actually even take I don't like to bet the lines. I might take the 8.5 points in Indiana. So we'll see what happens. But it's what a great series. What a great series. Everything, if you're a basketball nerd, if you love hard-fought NBA games, this has been awesome. Just awesome. And I think both teams have just been very impressive to me.
I'm going for the Pacers for the fact that Indiana has yet to win a championship, and they are not a relocated team. They are a team that has been in one city the entire history of their franchise.
Yeah.
Where OKC, a little different, moving in from Seattle.
Well, they haven't won a championship either. They can't claim the Sonics championship in 78-9.
Yeah.
No.
And
I think the Sonics, they kept all of the Sonics history in Seattle. I don't think it went with.
Oh, it didn't go with them? Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, by the way, there's going to be a expansion in the NBA. There's going to be 2 teams. It's going to be in Seattle and it's going to be in Las Vegas. And the amount, if you guys want an NBA team, it's going to cost $6 billion as an entry fee.
Okay.
So just putting it out there in case anybody's interested.
Maybe we can get an NBA team down to Tucson. That'd be cool.
I can't believe you haven't thought of the conspiracy theory with the expansion fee and what Adam Silver has done.
Yeah.
Luka Doncic goes to the Lakers. Celtics sell for $6 billion. With Doncic and the Lakers, they value the Lakers at $10 billion. That's a 33% increase, which increases the entry point for expansion teams, which is going to happen. It's all connected. It's all connected.
It's all connected.
Yeah.
By the way, very happy with this sale, but we'll talk about it during next week's episode of Spears and Ali. All right, so we've got NBA Finals Game 7 this weekend between the Indiana Pacers, Oklahoma City Thunder. We also have the Tucson Sugar Skulls. They're back home this weekend taking on the Northern Arizona Wranglers, and the Sugar Skulls had a huge win last week, beating the Arizona Rattlers 50-47, and they have won the regular season series against the Rattlers for the first time in franchise history.
Yeah. And the Rattlers are good, but the win is meaningless if you don't take care of business against teams like Northern Arizona. So
got to double down.
Got to bring it. And if they do, right in the hunt, man, right in the hunt for the playoffs, and you win out, home playoff game?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Go check out the Tucson Sugar Skulls this Saturday against the Northern Arizona Wranglers. And that'll do it for today's episode of Spears and Ali. We appreciate you guys for listening and watching. We'll see you guys on Monday's episode of Spears and Ali right here on ESPN Tucson.